Hello everyone, just a slight disclaimer as always before watching this video. This video is based off the Murder Drone series, concept art, and a handful of tweets, so the majority of this is just pure speculation, so take this video with a grain of salt. And if you want to help support my channel, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you! While this video isn't exactly about the recent events in the Murder Drone series, this video will serve as a massive testimony to a later theory. Today marks an extraordinary day. As a year ago, I would post a video that would set this channel in motion and would encourage me to commit to YouTube. I am of course referring to Khan Doorman, one incompetent leader. I feel as though it'd only be right for me to celebrate this channel's first anniversary by revisiting the video that started it all. So join me, ladies and gentlemen, as we revisit Khan Doorman and see if he truly has changed. Before we can get to the Khan Doorman we know today, let's look back at his origins to see how he came to be. From the info provided to us via episode 4, we know that Khan was one of the worker drones that was subjected to J.C. Jensen's tyrannical rule.
We were mistreated in the name of Windex, but...
And that he was one of the many worker drones that was present during the fallout. Amidst all the chaos and calamity that would ensue, Khan would meet someone who would impact his life forever, Nori. I know this is a video about Khan, but because of Nori's influence over Khan's life, I will be going over her. Besides, it spares me the trouble of making another video dedicated to her. To quickly go over Nori is a 101%er, or a .001%er, one of J.C. Jensen's many attempts to recreate a puppet of the Absolute Solver. I have theorized in the past that Nori was an angsty and rebellious puppet of the Absolute Solver, going out of her way to stop it and making connections to the humans to eradicate it and her infection. However, I never suspected that the Absolute Solver would have so much of a solid grasp on Nori, as she would be one of its many hosts. This is confirmed via Alice,
say, scepter yellow eyes,
and this file Tessa shows N. She would even cause the massive planetary extinction on Copper 9. Despite this, Nori would escape, and it's here that she would meet her future husband Khan.
Only your mom being a catch.
From here, we can assume a few things. From the pictures Khan shows Uzi, we know that after the fallout, Nori and Yeva escaped from the lab under Camp 98.7. We can also assume via these photos that Nori was in her right mind, and fully in control. However, Nori would then begin to warn Khan of what was yet to come.
She was always all, build doors against the coming sky demons. The singularity awakens. Look at this cool S I can draw.
We can assume that despite Nori putting the Absolute Solver behind her, she was still haunted by the things it made her do. Eventually, the murder drones would arrive on Copper 9, but thanks to Khan's doors, the worker drones would be safe. Unfortunately for Nori, her infection and possessions became too much for her to bear, and having given birth to a kid, she wanted the best for her family. As we know from the pilot episode, Nori would meet a horrible fate.
And to put your mother out of her misery when the murder drones got to her with their nanite acid.
I originally theorized that Nori would get jumped by murder drones while she was looking for a cure for not just herself, but also her daughter. Or that the murder drones were ordered to hunt down Nori and Yeva as they were traitors. But I believe that the cause of this terrible incident was much deeper than what we all originally thought. Nori knew the risk of what might happen if she became possessed by sin again. Nori knew the danger of what might happen if she ever used the Absolute Solver again. As such, I don't believe that Nori's death was an accident. I believe her death was a suicide attempt. I mean, she knew about the murder drones long before anyone else did, and even made Khan build doors to protect them from this coming danger. Nonetheless, Nori's fatal injuries and suicidal intentions would forever traumatize Khan, especially since he was the one to put Nori out of her misery. Despite Nori having significantly impacted Khan and quite frankly founded his career, Khan was just as impactful in her life as she was in his life. Khan was the person who pushed Nori to ditch the Absolute Solver and start a new life. even if it still haunted her. Khan would then found the WDF and build doors throughout the colony. He continued using the wrench as a reminder to keep everyone safe. This is what led to his obsession with doors, not because of ego, popularity, or wealth, but rather as a coping mechanism for his dead wife. This brings us to the modern Murdrone storyline. Khan would run the WDF and make sure that the colony would be safe. Nori's death was something that greatly impacted him, but it also impacts someone else Nori held dear, Khan Doorman. Despite Khan's pure intentions, he was so caught up with his coping that he could never be with his daughter, to the point that she was shunned by her, and she was called a failure. We can even see this parental absence in the following scenes.
Uzi, please sit normal.
Fight me!
Uzi, give Brayden back his sentience.
Fight me! Her. I started it, and also I'm dumb.
Uzi, you have to partner up.
Several people wanted to, for the record.
No, he didn't. You freak us out.
But mostly fight me!
Uzi would become an attention seeker, disrupting class to be recognized. Some people would help her and be there for her, while others stood and laughed. Despite all of this, Uzi would want to defend her colony, but not by doors, but rather by her own invention, the railgun. And now that we have her out of the way, let's see how the WDF is going.
Khan, can you grab a fresh pack? We literally only play cards so much that the numbers have faded.
I will cut these guys some slack. In their defense, there's nothing that they can do when on this job. The doors were quite sufficient in keeping the murder drones out, and keeping the residents safe. And in terms of N breaching the doors, it was a mixture of skill, luck, and taking advantage of the situation. On the other hand, these doors were their only line of defense, and once they were confiscated, they could simply do nothing but run or accept their fate. This leads me to this infamous scene.
Dad! Point and shoot! Trust me! Dad?
While I was rather harsh on Khan for ditching his daughter, as painful as the decision it was as a father, his actions here would keep the rest of the colony out of harm's way. This also leads me to an interesting conclusion. Despite Khan's job being to build doors, he slowly got worse at building them, especially with his vent above door number 3, to which the murdrones could crawl in and get through. This doesn't excuse his actions here, as we see him truly chicken out. Is the WDF truly cowardly? Yes and no. Yes in the sense that they weren't defending the colony, but no in the sense that they didn't have anything to defend with. With all this information, from Khan's origin, through his hills, valleys, mountains, and ditches, it's time we answer the question, has Khan truly changed? This hopefully shouldn't come as a surprise, but yes, Khan has changed as a father. After the events of the pilot episode, we see him taking small steps toward becoming a better parent. In episode 2, we see him attend parent-teacher conferences, where he catches up on his daughter's behavior and truly realizes what Uzi has been through. In episode 3, we see him stepping into Uzi's life and helping her through her drama with N, and even chaperoning for Brahm. Heck, he even runs toward the danger to help Uzi, and that was huge! In episode 4, we see him explain Nori to her, and even shows Uzi Nori's Cookie Insane stuff closet. Finally, in episode 5, we see Khan stepping into Uzi's room to check up on her and her sleepover. All in all, Khan has shaped up not just as a father figure, but also as a character. And from this video I made a year ago, this is a nice turn of events, and props to Liam Vickers for doing a good job on Khan's redemption arc. For my concluding thoughts, I want to mention something that wasn't on the topic of Khan, but rather Nori. More than ever have we seen evidence that Nori could still be alive. If Nori was in any state like Uzi is now, we know that Nori could have possibly started to regenerate her broken body and nanite acid wounds. If not that, it's possible since she was one of the Absolute Solver's hosts, she was cloned. After all, Sin has backups. With that, this is my updated analysis of Khan Doorman, and if you made it this far into the video, give yourselves a pat on the back, and type hashtag #OneYearGang in the comments below. It's been a crazy ride, and I want to thank everyone who's been with me through my hills, valleys, mountains, and ditches, and stuck with me. It's been an absolute pleasure making content for all you guys. And if you want to see more content like this, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you!